So I heard you say a few weeks back that for the VIX, or volatility in general, it had only a 10% chance of spiking again in the short term, as we are now in the contraction mode, as we are most of the time with volatility, or something to that effect. Where does that number come from?
Go ahead, kind sir. Answer this one. I don't know.
We've done a ton of research on this. In fact, if you read Julia Spina's book, there's a whole chapter dedicated to this. So I'm going to put it into a nutshell for you, very few lines here. The simple answer is that if you wanted to look at a chart of volatility, it spends, if we talk about it over its lifetime, it spends 10% of its life expanding, just like this person said here. It spikes or expands 10% of the time. It contracts 20% of the time. Okay, so it contracts 20% of the time, it expands 10% of the time, and 70% of the time, volatility stays in a lull, basically a lull or clustered state. And that lull or clustered state just means that nothing much happens. I mean, right now, you could argue we're in that lull or clustered state. And we've basically been trading sideways in volatility for quite some time now. It's pretty wild, and it's a really good piece of research. And so, you can get it. It's in the archives on Tasty. It's in Julia Spina's book. There's a ton of math to back that up. But just think about volatility as it expands 10%, it contracts 20%, and it's in a lull or clustering state 70% of the time. That's why the pot odds favor being short vol all the time.
Well said. Well said.